She wasn't like other princesses who were content with embroidery and courtly dances. Zara was a dreamer, an inventor, her mind a whirlwind of gears, gadgets, and grand ideas. Her greatest companion was the night sky, and her most cherished friend was the moon, a silvery beacon that fueled her imagination. One evening, while perched in her observatory, a magnificent creation of brass and crystal, Zara noticed something terribly wrong. The moon, usually so full and radiant, was dimming. Its familiar, comforting glow was fading, replaced by a sickly, pale light. Panic fluttered in her chest. The moon was the heart of Luminara, its light nurturing the magical flora and guiding the nocturnal creatures. Without it, the kingdom would slowly wither into darkness. Night after night, the moon grew weaker. A strange, sorrowful twilight fell over the land. The singing lilies fell silent, and the glow moss that carpeted the forest floor lost its shimmer. The people of Luminara grew anxious, their faces etched with worry as the encroaching shadows stole the vibrancy from their world. Zara knew she had to do something. Consulting ancient texts and celestial charts in the royal library, she discovered a forgotten legend, a prophecy that spoke of a time when the moon's light would be devoured, and only a hero with a heart of pure courage allied with a creature of the night could restore it. The legend mentioned the midnight dragons, majestic beings said to slumber within the onyx peaks, guarding the secrets of the sky. Most people believed them to be mere myth, but Zara's heart told her otherwise. Driven by a desperate hope, she packed a satchel with her most trusted inventions, a compass that pointed to one's truest desire, a self-unfurling rope ladder, and her most prized creation, a small crystalline lantern powered by a single captured sunbeam. She left a note for her parents, the king and queen, promising to return the light to their world. Her journey to the onyx peaks was perilous. She navigated through the whispering woods, where trees tried to lead travelers astray with confusing murmurs, and crossed the chattering gorge, a chasm so deep its bottom was never seen. Taking a deep breath, she stepped inside. The air was warm and smelled of ancient stone and something else. Something like cinnamon and ozone. In the heart of the cavern, she found him. Curled in a massive coil was Kaelen, the midnight dragon. His scales were the color of a starless sky, dotted with constellations that shifted and shimmered with his every breath. His eyes, when they opened to look at her, were like molten gold. Kaelen was not the fearsome beast of legend. He was noble and wise, his voice a low rumble that vibrated through the stone floor. He explained to Zara that the moon wasn't simply dying. Its light was being consumed by Shade Sprites, mischievous, giggling creatures born from forgotten shadows. They were feasting on the moonlight, growing stronger as the moon grew weaker. They had become a plague upon the sky, too numerous for him to handle alone. Seeing the determination in Zara's eyes and the pure light emanating from her sunbeam lantern, Kaelen recognized the hero from the prophecy. A pact was forged. Zara, with her cleverness and her light, and Kaelen, with his strength and his knowledge of the celestial pathways, would journey into the sky together. With Zara securely on his broad back, Kaelen launched himself into the air. Swarms of shade sprites, like little ink blots with grinning faces, clung to the moon's surface, sucking away its luminescence with tiny, invisible straws. Their giggles were like the crackling of static, a sound of pure chaos. Their first attempt to simply scare the sprites away was a failure. The sprites were too many, and they simply scattered and regrouped, laughing at the dragon's fiery breath, which passed right through their shadowy forms. Zara realized they couldn't fight shadows with force. They needed to fight them with their opposite light. An idea sparked in her mind, brilliant and bold. She instructed Kaelen to fly in a wide circle around the moon. As he flew, she opened her satchel and, with deft fingers, began to modify her sunbeam lantern. She attached a series of polished crystals and reflective gears, turning her simple lantern into a powerful projector. This was her greatest invention yet. A powerful, concentrated beam of pure, warm sunlight shot out, striking the moon's surface. But it didn't just illuminate one spot. The light hit the moon and refracted, bouncing from crater to crater, amplified by the moon's own silvery dust. Suddenly, the entire moon began to glow from within, not with its own cool, silver light, but with the warm, golden light of the sun. The Shade Sprites shrieked. The intense brilliance was anathema to them. They couldn't consume it. It was too pure, too powerful. One by one, they dissolved, turning into harmless wisps of smoke that faded into the cosmos. Their giggles turned into faint pops, like soap bubbles bursting. Zara and Kaelen watched, mesmerized, as the moon was cleansed. With the sprites gone, its own natural, gentle light began to re-emerge, stronger and brighter than ever before. It seemed to pulse with gratitude, bathing the two heroes in a magnificent, silvery glow. The constellations on Kaelen's scales shone with renewed intensity, and the crystal on Zara's lantern pulsed in harmony with the restored moon. Their mission was a success. As they flew back to Luminara, they saw the kingdom waking up below them. The glow moss began to shimmer once more. The singing lilies lifted their heads and let out a beautiful, harmonious chorus, and the people emerged from their homes, their faces turned upward, tears of joy streaming down their cheeks as they bathed in the glorious moonlight. Princess Zara returned not just as a princess, but as a hero. She hadn't used a sword or a spell, but her courage, her creativity, and the unwavering light of her own spirit. She had proven that the greatest power comes not from might, but from ingenuity and the courage to face the darkness. Her bond with Kaelen, the Midnight Dragon, became a legendary friendship.